What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. We're gonna be talking about some juicy stuff tonight, some life-changing stuff tonight, some level up type stuff tonight, some stuff that might hurt tonight. But I got me some tea that I'm about to make. I actually picked this up from my local farmer's market. It's called a night comfort herbal tea because it is nighttime and I'm trying to wind down. So I got my water boiling and my kettle back here. But we're gonna be talking about some good stuff tonight. I just reached a point in my life where I feel like I just really need to step up. You ever just reach that point where you like, enough is enough? Check out my little 1 cup tea kettle. It's like a little 1 serving type of tea kettle. And you just put, it's specifically for loose leaf teas, okay? Because it got a little filter there. But you put your loose leaf tea up in here and then you pour your water over it and let it sit and brew. Then you put your cup underneath and you set it on top of your cup. I love it. But you guys, you know, there has been so many different changes happening in my life. First of all, look at this tea. Oh, that smells amazing. There has been so much happening in my life. Spiritually, emotionally, physically. And I have just been trying to, for one, understand. 2, figure out how to maintain. Figure out what decisions to make, how to go about it. Just trying to I don't know, just make sense of what life has been meaning, all that good stuff. You know, I just, let me finish brewing my tea so I can really get into what I'm trying to tell y'all. Alright, y'all, now check this out. You grab it, you set it on top of your cup, and it pours. You see that? Okay. That's a nice cup of tea right there. Beautiful. Beautiful. First things first, a taste test. Let's see. That's so good and comforting. Oh, first of all, I feel like I'm sitting here for the first time in a long time. I don't know why. Well, I guess it's probably true. Most of my videos are pre-recorded, so I just be posting stuff that I've already recorded weeks in advance sometimes. Why is my pillow looking dirty? Why my pillow look dusty and dirty? It look dingy. I don't like that. Let's do Mr. Bedazzly. Yeah, let's do him instead, child. Alright. So, a lot has been going on with me. And honestly, I think that I've reached a point in my life where I'm noticing that if I don't start to make changes, that nothing will ever change. And that sounds like common sense, right? But it's really not that simple. You know how like the seasons change? And we always expect the seasons to change because that's just naturally what happens. There will always be a winter, there will always be a summer, spring, and fall, of course, depending on where you live. But things happen in due season. And I think that I've relied on that for too long, okay? Sometimes we have to take things into our own hands. We have to take matters into our own hands, especially if we're not getting the results that we want. Okay, so for instance, have you ever heard of a greenhouse? Like, do you know what a greenhouse is? It's basically an environment where you can place plants inside and they will grow because the conditions inside of the greenhouse are more favorable for their growth. It's warmer in there, it's protected from animals, from predators, from critters, no weeds will grow around it, you know, that type of thing. If you've ever been in a greenhouse, it is extremely hot, but it is the perfect temperature for a growing plant, depending on what type of plant it is, of course. And so that is an example of a farmer or whoever taking matters into their own hands, because those plants probably wouldn't thrive in just whatever the regular season was on the outside. So I think that I'm in the process of building my own greenhouse. Like, things are happening outside of me and they're not really ideal for my growth. And so I had to retreat. I had to figure out, like, what can I do to heal? What can I do to grow? What can I do to renew? What can I do to change? What can I do to elevate? How can I separate myself and not feel bad about it, right? Because I think a lot of times we also feel guilty about separating ourselves. Especially from the people that we love. But I think that, you know, if they love you, they understand completely if you are separating yourself. But things have gotten really, really hard for me. And I just know that I haven't been well behind the things that have been happening to me. Whether that is, you know, work-related things, relationships, friendships, familial relationships, for certain. Like I said, I started to expect that the season would just change and things would just happen and then it would be okay. Although the seasons change, it doesn't mean that that was a perfect environment for me. That there were still some things that I needed to address within myself. There's still some things that I needed to address with the people that I love. And I've had to do that. When you start to feel like you're giving more than what the other person is giving, or that things are changing and you're not clear on what's happening, there is a certain level of respect that I deserve. There's a certain way that I expect to be treated. And I've had to make decisions based on how people made me feel. I really feel like I've been playing myself, and I say that because if I really care about a person, sometimes I put their level of comfort before mine. So I'll make sure that they feel okay, that they're doing all right, that, you know, that they're comfortable, but forget about how the situation is making me uncomfortable. And then I take inventory of my life and inventory of the relationship, and there's no giving on their part. I've been feeling really messed up about it. I think that as I get older, I'm getting more crystal clear about what it is that I expect from people. I believe that I'm a top tier woman. I don't go back on how I feel about myself. But if I start to engage in any type of situation with a person and I feel like they're not treating me the way that I know I need to be treated, then I just have to go. Lately, I've just started to look at the caliber of the type of man that I've been dating, because when I really start to look back and look at them on paper, they don't offer anything. And I believe that as a woman, as a lot of women are today, are able to provide things for themselves, pay their own bills, take themselves out, romanticize their lives, and just do everything for themselves. Whereas back in the day, a woman needed a man. A woman couldn't vote. A woman couldn't work. So literally the only thing she was able to do was be at home. So yes, women needed men back in the day to survive. But fast forward all these years later, and women are doing everything on their own. Like, I've just been realizing that the time to put myself first is now and always. That I don't have to wait on that I don't have to be broken down or, you know, beaten to nothing emotionally before I say, hey, enough is enough. That I could do that at any time. I know that most of the things I've been holding on to are the reasons that I cannot move forward in life. I'm starting to accept the fact that a lot of these things I will have to do on my own. My healing is my personal journey. Expecting that someone else is going to come along with me or comfort me throughout it's a lie. And that's what I'm learning. I'm really in the middle of something. Now, I've been having this false belief that I need to attach to someone or, you know, connect with someone to get through it. And although relationship is extremely important, some battles are just for us. I haven't been able to successfully get past it because I'm so worried about missing out on love or friendships or, you know, just my sanity. And those things that if they're meant for me, they are for me. There is no possible way that what is meant for me will be taken or snatched away from me. So, you know, it is a struggle and I am not having the best time with it, but I think for the first time in a very long time, I've made a decision strictly for me. You know, making decisions for yourself, it can hurt sometimes because, you know, you don't want to hurt people. But I think that for me, I had to realize that at the end of the day, other people are not worried about hurting you, okay? And some of them are, but I think all in all, people make decisions based on what is best for them. And I have not been making decisions based on what is best for Kiera. So what's best for me is admitting or confessing the way that I feel about things, whether that is to myself or God, accepting the fact that I have been hurt, or, you know, whatever feelings I may feel, whether that's resentment, betrayal, rejection. That's a huge one. Rejection. Whew, I'm getting a little emotional talking about this. I have every right to feel what I feel, and I have every right to move accordingly. The whole dating thing is just totally done. I'm probably more done with that than anything. And the reason for that is because, you know, when I start dating someone, the first thing that I look for is good character. I'm 31 years old, and I have yet to run into a man that I felt like had really good character, had really good intentions for me, was straight up about what they do, was emotionally available, so letting me know how they truly and honestly feel about me, so that I'm not guessing or wondering or confused about anything. The worst thing that a man could do is lead a woman on. And I feel like a lot of that has been happening. I feel like because I've been so emotionally vulnerable because of what I've been going through, that people try to latch on and take advantage of that. And I am by no means a weak person, but sometimes when you're in that state, you hold on to people because you don't think that something else will come along or something better will happen for you. So you think that while you're letting them go, that you're going to be alone and afraid and anxious without them and lost without them and all these different things. Even if you were not in a serious relationship with this person, sometimes when you are struggling mentally and emotionally, you need people, or so you think you need people. You may need people, but the people that you need in your life are the people that actually love you and care about you and want to see you do well. I don't think that the men that I've been dating have truly wanted what's best for me, and I don't think that they've been invested enough for me to feel comfortable enough with pursuing anything further with them. And you know, just once I get weird vibes, you know, it's really just not the season for that. I'm realizing that my energy is not meant for a man right now. My energy is not meant for any confusing connections to any people right now. And I don't know. Figuring out what is best for me has been the biggest headache. Because most of your life you think you know what's best for you, right? You tell your mother from a young age, I know what I'm doing, da 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 da. But then you get older and you realize that the way that you've been doing some things is kind of just not right. I'm telling myself right now that it is okay to find yourself, to heal, to get better. If you break a bone, you have to take some time to get better. If you have relationship PTSD, it's okay to pull back from those relationships and get better. If you don't feel genuinely loved or supported or cared about or thought of, or you know, if you don't feel like you're being met with true intention, it's okay to walk away from that situation. I'm trying to convince myself that any man that looks at me and sees what I'm about and sees what type of work I do and sees what type of books I write and sees what I'm into, is curious about where I've come from, is impressed with the strides that I've made. Any man that sees me and learns who I am and still doesn't have intention for me is not the man for me. I don't want to be insecure about what you might think about me. I don't want to be insecure about the way I feel when I'm around you. I just want to know where I'm going to be at in 5 years, because this is the ghettoest season of my life ever. I'm tired, okay? I'm exhausted of trying to look for the best in a person and can't find it. I'm tired of giving people the benefit of the doubt. Anytime you're giving someone the benefit of the doubt, it's because they've done something. And so you're trying to find a reason why it's okay to continue to talk to them or to side with them with whatever they're saying, right? If I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt, it's because you've given me something to doubt about. If a man wants me in his presence, there's certain things that I expect for him to do. Everything has been hard. You know, you get on social media and you see, as a Black woman, you see how Black women are treated by Black men sometimes, and how they are the least desired woman for so many reasons that I can't even begin to talk about. But how Black women are just the least desired, and how it just seems like they are the most forgotten. And being a Black woman, that hits me right here. The Black woman is the most disrespected and unprotected. So if I don't feel safe with you emotionally, If I don't feel safe with you spiritually, and the only thing that you can offer me is something that I can get from anywhere else, then there's no use for you. So I've been trying to figure out ways to bring myself back to a happy and grounded place. And lately that has just been meaning disconnecting. I am not on Facebook anymore. I've just had to put blinders up for the things that are happening in the world and in relationships and in my life, because I'm trying to heal. And it is impossible to heal when you keep going back to the thing that is responsible for breaking you in the first place, or is related to whatever trauma you may have in your life. Until you heal, those places just are not safe anymore. For instance, I can never go back to my hometown of Flint. I could never go back there. Too much trauma happened back there. Too much trauma happened. And I'm not in a place where I am healed enough to go there and feel safe. It's important to just unplug sometimes. I just haven't been feeling safe emotionally anywhere. So I really want to say so much more, but YouTube is not my therapist, and I'm not one to tell all my business like that. But there's just some things that I wish I had more of in life. There's a certain type of people that I wish existed in my life. And I think that most of the relationships that I have has been a place of traumatic event for me. So when someone new comes around, and even if they do have good intention, there's no chance for them at this point in my life. And I don't want to be unfair to a great man if he, knocks on my door right now. I want to be able to receive love properly and fully, without fear, without worry, without resentment, without feeling unworthy of it. And I'm not able to do that right now. I'm not able to do that right now. I have faith that I will be one day, but as of right now, I can't take being unsure. I can't take not feeling secure in any situation. So I think that is very crucially important for me to disconnect. I need to start over. I have been saying for a long time, okay, if this happens again, that's the last straw. If that happens again, it's the last straw. And then things started to happen again, as if God was testing me, calling my bluff, and saying, well, you said this is the last time. Are you going to stand on that? How loyal are you to yourself? Are you more loyal to your fears or to yourself and your growth? And I had to make a decision. I feel relieved after making so many decisions within these past few months. So if you're watching this and you are curious as to what to do, maybe you're feeling unsafe in your relationships, maybe there's something that you've been thinking about for a long time, say what's on your mind, do what you need to do, separate if you need to, unplug if you need to, deactivate those accounts if you need to. Your healing is crucial right now. No one is more important than you are, because if you keep giving and giving and giving and giving, you deplete yourself, and now no one can have you, not even you. So don't let this life drain you, because I've been letting it drain the hell out of me. And we turn a new leaf. It's about renewal. It's about change. It's about becoming a phoenix and rising from the ashes. It's about deciding that you are better than how people have been treating you. You deserve so much more than confusion, lack, bad dates, inconsiderate men, dishonest men, men who offer you absolutely nothing, men who can't even buy you a meal, men who don't honor you as a person, jobs that don't pay you enough, jobs that stress you out, family that curses you. You don't deserve that. You deserve a life of peace and happiness, joy, freedom, clarity, newness, breakthrough, answered prayers, showering blessings. You deserve that, but you got to decide that you want that. You got to decide that it's for you. You have to decide that that's what you deserve. All right, I'm tired because this tea got me past sleepy, honey. But thanks for watching. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe.